Pisces Descendant, Virgo rising. I'm here to give you a summer of love wild card read straight from the hip with lots of lip. And we're looking at what's coming up for you in romance and love over these summer months leading up to the fall season. So we got quite a stretch of time that we're looking at here. And I think it's fitting and it's very significant to be looking at this period of time in relation to matters of the heart, because there's a lot that's going on. We're about to have the nodes of destiny shift, and we're going to reach that Aries point, which is very much the merging of the yin, the yang, the alpha, the omega, the masculine, the feminine. So it is a time of coming together, coming into alignment. There's a lot of soulmates coming in, okay? That's changing on July 18th, so just around the corner next Tuesday. So this is pretty big, you know? And then with that, we also have a new moon that's kicking off on Monday, the 17th in Cancer. That is going to be in its dark moon phase, but the very next day, as the light starts to build, the moon goes into Leo with that changing of the nodes. So a lot is lighting up. We also got a lot that's still kind of hidden because we do have the eclipse season in full force, and near the tail end of next week, we got Venus going retrograde in Leo. Okay, so a lot popping off in Leo season, a lot that will sort of be the seeds, you know, of what will become the harvest in the fall. Fall is really going to be a time of really reaping the rewards, seeing what comes out of everything that led up to this cycle. So feel like it's good to tap into these energies and see what's in play. So let's just dive into it and check out what's coming in for you. Let's not waste any time. Somebody's taking down their guard. Somebody is dropping their defenses. I think maybe some of you may have had somebody blocked on social media, or they blocked you. These blocks are being lifted. Somebody is realizing maybe they were being too defensive in a situation, that they have to kind of like allow themselves to take the risk of opening up to what this person has to say. All right, let's see what's coming in around this. I feel like it's coming in through some kind of message. I feel like it's probably coming in through a DM or a text, something along these lines. It feels like this person was previously blocked, or there was some reason why they were like hyper defensive, not willing to even entertain a conversation. I'm picking up fire sign energy around this, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We'll see what the cards have to say. Just as I said that, calling out fire signs, this card came out. Ooh, okay. It's somebody who wants to educate you about a situation. Maybe they want to explain why they took an action they did, why they blocked you, or maybe they want to explain themselves if you're lifting the block. This is about somebody informing you about something, okay? It is coming through as a message. This person could also have Earth strongly aspected in their chart. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I'm picking up fire too, and I don't know why I got that, but I think this might be somebody with both Earth and fire in their chart. Let's get some more information. It seems like this message is pertinent in relation to love and romance. Let's see what's going on with this. What is this message about? What is this education about? More details. For some of you, this could even be in relation to learning something about a baby or a child, okay, in relation to a love relationship. I'm just noticing the bunny here. It's making me think of fertility. It's possible some of you could be discovering that you're pregnant. I got like love tryst child. Ooh, that's interesting. Okay. This coming through. Maybe some of you are going to be finding this out more like kind of near the tail end of summer as it's preparing to head into the fall. If you're not wanting to have a child, you might want to up your protection. Just as I said that, the Eight of Swords came out in reverse. Yeah, okay. Some of you may think this is an impossibility, all right? You may think it's an impossibility. Some of you actually may be considering getting your tubes tied this coming in because maybe you already have, you know, enough children. You're like, I've been considering this. I feel like if you've been considering this, it might be a good idea for you. I got like fertile myrtle energy here. Like you're just somebody that like, you got the genetics, man. Like you just have the perfect womb space for a child to come in. I think this is somebody who maybe has been considering this message coming through for somebody specific here. That happens, okay? When you receive these reads, just do know it's for a collective. So there's a lot of different energies I'm reading for. Not every message is going to be for you. You know which ones are. Just drop in. And some of them, you know, it is a predictive read. So you might be like, no way. And then down the road, you're like, oh my gosh. Okay. So give reads a chance to play out as well. Okay. But there's something here, you know, yeah, you should use protection because where you think you might have all the protection in place to prevent a pregnancy, you might not. You might not. Okay, so that coming through. I do got love tryst energy around it. So this is very interesting, okay? Some of you may have been wondering if, you know, you were being held back in a connection by somebody's baby's mama, okay? Maybe you felt like they were kind of like an interfering influence in your relationship or somebody you were wanting to get closer to. Maybe this made you feel held back in some way. It could also be that you found out about a child that was from like a love tryst and that was something that you were not expecting. Woo! Oh yes, this is true for somebody. We got 5 of swords here. Okay, so betrayal. Some of you might have received news about this or might receive news around this. There is a Queen of Swords in connection to this. This could have caused an ending in a connection. You felt like something wasn't quite right, but you weren't quite sure what it was. You know, something just felt off between you and this person. You suspected there might have been a third party, okay? And you felt very trapped in this situation because you just knew that things just didn't feel right, but you didn't understand what was going on. And then it's like the truth got revealed to you, like blinders off, or this may be coming up around the bend. This is the thing with tarot is it's really difficult to nail down timing. You can sometimes get timing when you have the aces come in. That's what they're used for. They're seasonal timing cards, but you know, there can be some wiggle room in there. So, I feel like this is not too far off being informed about this. I picked this up strongly because it either feels like the basis of a matter or it feels like something that will come in fairly soon. Could be connected with an air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, okay? This could also represent you. You found out about a love child. You recognized that there was some fooling around going on in your relationship and you decided to cut off a connection, okay? This also could be a bitter baby mama, okay, that is causing problems in a connection that caused some kind of betrayal in a connection. Maybe you had a lover who is like still dealing with their ex. You didn't know about that. Okay, let's get some more information here. What's coming in for Pisces Descendant, Virgo rising in love and romance over the summer months? What is coming in for Pisces Descendant, Virgo rising in love and romance throughout the summer months of this present year of 2022? Show us what's coming in for Pisces Descendant, Virgo rising in the area of love and romance. Okay, I just got the memo that these cards do not want to be used anymore. Yeah, there's something that was really toxic here, okay? We have the devil. This was something that was like a binding sort of arrangement, you know? There was some kind of, there's somebody in this situation, I feel, that has like a lot of sway or power in the connection. I feel like this is somebody that you were involved with. Maybe they were responsible for the finances in your relationship, like they were the main breadwinner or something like that. So you felt like they kind of had control, you know, a certain sense of control. Maybe that's why you felt stuck. Maybe you've been taking a new action recently, you know, with the Page of Pentacles, perhaps with education or learning a new skill or developing like some business or financial project of your own that's helping you move out of this place of feeling like you're so stuck, beholden to this person. This feels like kind of an unhealthy, like kind of a codependent romantic dynamic here. Maybe this person also like has a habit of kind of like, you know, he likes to party. He likes to hook up with other women. This is true for somebody out here. Look at this with the Ace of Swords coming in. There you go, timing card, winter season. Okay, so I feel like this is kind of giving a foundation of a matter, these kind of themes playing out in your life. You probably learned something about, you know, one of these kind of situations back in the winter time of 2022, all right? And leading into 2023. So that would really be like December, January, February, leading up to that spring equinox, you know, tail end of March. So looking at that time period, there was probably like some themes like this playing out in your life. But I feel like you took some action at that time to kind of like get yourself in a stabilized position. Maybe you knew you needed to walk away from a connection, but you had to like kind of plan it, I feel. There's some new beginning that came in, you know, it looks like during the springtime that really made you realize like, okay, my beginning is here. There's something that comes in. Perhaps this even involves a move you want to make. For some of you, you know, like I said, the pregnancy, like you may have found out you were with child at that time. This is also about like the nest egg, you know, being aware of your security. I feel like this has to do with moving out of a relationship, like wanting to move away from a relationship, a connection, to have a new beginning elsewhere, you know, to sort of put down roots elsewhere. For some of you, this also involves like a geographical shift, but we do see like a tower's falling. Okay. Like I feel like this is coming for you really soon. I feel like your new beginning is coming really soon. And sort of like what gets kicked off now is going to build with momentum through the remainder of this year. All right. And I feel like in the springtime is when you really get to the other side of this, spring in 2024. But these actions you're taking right now, you're freeing yourself from something that feels like it's not really you. Like you don't feel like you're really being authentic in your love story, you know? You feel like you're also not dealing with authentic partners, or there's some piece here about feeling like there's just too much control, not having enough freedom. Maybe you want to have a little bit more fun. Maybe you feel like love has kind of become like all work and no play. You know, it has that kind of vibe. Or maybe you feel like your relationship, for those of you that are in committed relationships or live in relationships, you might feel like your relationship doesn't really feel very romantic. It feels more like a business arrangement. I think there's a truth coming out. I think a truth is being spoken. This truth sort of like takes off the blinders. It makes you realize that you should have been listening to your intuition all along. I feel like you've had a heads up about what's going on in your situation. You've seen red flags. You knew something wasn't quite right. For some of you, you've suspected that you know, the person that you've been involved with or interested in is dealing with something addictive in nature. Like you suspect that they have some kind of like problem with partying too much. Maybe you feel like they're wasting money. Maybe you've noticed that like finances are dwindling. You might feel like they're going out there splashing around money, perhaps at the strip club. Like, I don't know why I got that, but it's got that kind of vibe. It's got that kind of energy. Maybe also you noticed that money was going somewhere and you're like, where is this money going? Maybe this person's spending this money on, you know, a mistress that's coming in. Could also be that it's causing complications in the case where there's a baby mama, that this, you know, baby mama's wanting more money and this is causing some kind of stress in your relationship. Either way here, I see where you felt stuck, where you felt trapped, you know, where you felt like You didn't have a say in matters, and where you got like kind of just like X'd out of the situation. It's got that vibe. There's a sense of betrayal here. There's some truth coming forward, and it's like this truth sets you free. You finally see things clearly. And what you see is that you knew all along what was going on. It's like a confirmation of your intuition. I feel like you already knew this. Like you saw the red flags, you already knew what the problems were. You just didn't want to look at it. You didn't want to believe in it. And there's something here about looking at the piece of, you know, sort of like not wanting to look at it because what you really wanted was the security in the situation. You didn't want to give that up. So you sort of like let things kind of slide. But I feel like it's getting to this point where, you know, things have started to become, you know, at that stage where it's like we can't just like sweep it under the rug anymore. So I do feel like you're taking like some kind of action. You took some kind of action, and it's starting to gain momentum. I feel like the time's coming when you're really going to start to head forward in your new direction. You're breaking free of this. And I think there's a big truth that you're going to speak in relation to this. You're cutting something off. And you're moving forward in a new direction. It's a new beginning for you. Yeah, and it looks good. Once you do this, you may have been in your head about this for a while. You've really been thinking about this, you know? And again, blocking energy. I feel like, you know, there was some kind of blockage here, like you've had somebody blocked or they've had you blocked. I feel like there's communication coming in. There's some kind of transformation in this situation. With this mirror energy in the back, you may realize that there was somebody that you weren't really seeing accurately, or there was a situation romantically that you weren't seeing accurately. You had to kind of like pull your energy back to get some space from it so you could really feel out what was coming up for you around this matter. All right. Something about what you discover sets you free. I also feel like there was a lot of projection in this situation. I feel like it works both ways. But I think maybe you needed that space. You needed that space to transform this view, right? It was only when you untangled the energy that something comes into clear view, and you had a choice to make. And in your situation, I'm getting very strongly that your choice is like an either or choice. It's got like that lover's vibe to it. Like, do I choose this person or do I choose that person? Do I want to get married or do I want to stay single? Do I want to date and play the field, or do I really want to just like, you know, just focus my energy on one person? Do I want more of an open relationship? Do I want a polyamorous dynamic? Can I work with this situation that I got going on with this person? Am I really satisfied? Is security worth sacrificing love, desire, passion, romance? Or do I have to let this go? Should I stay? Should I go? You know, that Clash song, should I stay? Should I go? You know, it's got that vibe to it, you know, that same kind of dilemma, that same kind of energy. Not really committed, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, unable to make up your mind, and yet having an issue with the person you were dealing with who is exhibiting the same behavior towards you. 1 foot in, 1 foot out, you know. It feels like somebody here, whatever side you're on, you got to pick what side you're on, because certainly in these reads, especially when looking at romance, you know, cross-watcher energy can come in. So you have to know what side you're on. But it looks like someone here, you know, they've been indulging in a bit of their vices. And it does feel like there's this kind of like partying, you know, maybe wanting to have sexual dalliances, you know, maybe having some side pieces, things along these lines. All right. And I feel like somebody's being educated about this. Like this is coming forward. It's being revealed. It's a tower. Maybe that's why this message comes in. But there's something here too that happens where there's like, it's really interesting. There's this transformation because you notice all the butterfly energy in the background. Like there's healing, there's growth, and there's also freedom in this that comes forward. Whether you decide that maybe you were both projecting on each other, maybe you didn't establish your relationship on a healthy foundation, and so you took some time apart and you're working to transform your relationship. Now you're kind of like opening back up to the possibility of getting on the same page, which very well could come into view with the Venus retrograde energy, okay? I feel like this is coming in, you know? Somebody's like letting their guard down. Somebody is ready to drop their defenses. Somebody is ready to see the other person's perspective. They couldn't see it before. They were too much in a victimization standpoint, like feeling like you did this to me. Like they didn't take any personal accountability. And I feel like that energy is shifting. This is coming in. It brings a lot of happiness with the 10 of Cups. It's like fulfillment and getting on the same page and really getting that good foundation, you know, putting down some roots, growing something together that's really stable, okay? I also feel like for some of you, this is a matter of, you know, you're choosing to go, all right? You're choosing to transform, you know? You don't want to stay in this place anymore. You don't want to stay tight in the bud. You want to take the risk to bloom. And it's like you're sprouting your wings. It's like the truth. It's harsh when the tower falls. It's rough. It shakes you to your core. You might need some time to get stabilized. You might need to pull your energy back. You might need to get centered. Let the dust settle a little bit and sort of like look at, you know, what's been leveled and chart your new course. But it feels like once you cut this thing off and you really stand in the truth of what's right for you, it just deflects all the like blocking energy in your life. It blocks out, you know, all of this energy. It deflects it, you know, all this energy that wanted to come in between you and maybe somebody's having a hard time with you moving forward. Maybe this is something, because this is how it's coming in, almost like somebody wanting to block you from moving forward. 22:22 on the clock, okay? Maybe somebody is blocking you from moving forward because they feel like the person that you're moving towards or the person who wants to move towards you is somebody that they're supposed to be with, okay? So there might be kind of a complicated situation here that actually involves, you know, two really strong connections, two really strong karmic connections. This is a karmic issue. It goes way back. The roots of this thing are really deep. But it's clear there's two people here that are meant to be together. And it looks like somebody is getting cut out of this picture. It looks like two people are coming into union. But one person is releasing, one person is letting go. I feel like you're letting go to move toward this. Maybe when you found out, or when you do find out about this, that it's not a one-on-one experience, or something has gone beyond. Yeah, I was 23:22 on the clock when I said that. So big change, you know, abrupt change coming in around this. When you have your suspicions confirmed and you realize, oh, I really was reading this situation accurately. I shouldn't have ignored those red flags and just kind of gone along with things to keep the peace. Maybe you had somebody who made you doubt, you know, they made you doubt that, you know, your feelings about the situation were valid, that maybe they thought you were, then maybe they told you you were projecting, that it had something to do with your own sense of like victimization from your relationships in the past, and that you were just putting that on them. I mean, with the devil in play there, you know, we got to look at manipulation. We got to look at deceit. We have to look at this kind of energy. We got to look at that. Ted says, yes, confirm that. So I feel like you're seeing things clearly. Like it's like you're ripping off the blindfold, you're ripping off the Band-Aid. Whatever you're putting an end to, even if it was like some BS within yourself, like maybe some stories you've been telling yourself, or you kind of feeling like you don't get to have your needs fulfilled within relationship, that it's just all about you making sure everybody else, you know, has what they want. You're walking around on eggshells, and meanwhile you're feeling like unfulfilled, you know. You're not getting what you need, you know. I feel like you really are laying down some boundaries here, and at the same time walls are coming down. It's very interesting. It's like a dropping of defenses and more you standing in your power. That's what I really got. Yeah. You don't feel the need to defend yourself anymore. You know, you're tired. You don't want connections where it's about this energy. It's combative. You never know what's coming at you. You don't know who you can trust. You know, this is you ending that cycle because you know your happiness is up ahead. There's joy, there's sweetness up ahead. And when I see hummingbird medicine, I think of La Tuberosa, and La Tuberosa Tuberosa means rose sucker. You know, we already talked about, you know, you don't want to stay tight in the butt. You know, you want the bloom. You want to extract the sweetness from the bloom. You know, you want that ojas, you want that nectar of life, you want that sweetness to fill your heart. And I see it's coming in. I see it's really going to start to come in for you in Leo season. Again, baby energy here, so please pay attention to this. You know, some of you are going to conceive a love child in Leo season. So you know, when you got the 10 of Cups and you got the Sun, you know, all this coming in, it is a possibility. So if you don't want to get pregnant, I do feel like you're in a very fertile cycle. Make sure you're taking appropriate measures, all right? But there's a guard coming down here, and there is an old cycle ending. And I feel like you're in the process of this. I feel like this ending is really going to be finalized with this next super moon that comes in on August 1st in Aquarius, okay? I feel at that time there's something you're really bringing to a close. It could be with an Aquarius because there was a Queen of Swords energy here. Or it could be something that started, some issues that started in this relationship back in Aquarius season, which still would have technically been within the winter months. You did have a timing card. I always pay attention to those aces because they help us kind of like get some insight into the situation. But I feel like this year, you know, you're really going to be moving forward in your truth. You're bringing a close to a cycle. You've realized that something is done and you're drawing a line in the sand. And you're moving forward because you're not willing to defend this anymore. You know, maybe something's indefensible. And maybe you might be lifting a block just to speak a final truth in regard to that. You know, maybe you didn't know what you wanted to say in this situation, but you know now, okay? Whatever truth is coming forward in a message, whatever education is coming forward, it's the truth that sets you free. For some of you, it's what brings healing in a connection because you realize that there was some kind of manipulative outside influence that was warping your perspective of each other and that was causing blockages and problems in your relationship. You get on the same page, you come together, you know, you work things out and you establish things with each other on a new foundation. Some of you might even be doing some kind of healing work around this. You might be like doing a healing workshop together. You could be doing like a tantra workshop together. You could be getting couples counseling. You know, I feel like there's some process in this situation that's really like an affirmation of commitment to the process of, all right, let's work through these issues. This could be especially pertinent if you do have a child together, all right, where you really want to try to work things out. You don't want to throw this away. I see that whatever work you put into this, there's going to be a new beginning in your connection in the spring that really makes you realize it was all worth it. You know, if you invest in it, it will really grow, okay? So those of you who are in a place of coming into reconciliation in a relationship where both of you are really invested in healing that connection and doing the work. And I feel this is especially around a child, you know, there might be a piece around this where you share a child, or maybe you find out you're with child, and that kind of changes plans, okay? I feel like whatever you put in place and where you invest this healing work, it really bears fruit and you see it come forward in the spring. I also feel that those of you who may have felt like a little uncertain, do you need to go outside? Yes? Okay, one moment. Okay. For those of you who feel like I just got to go, like this connection's not right for me, because we do see there's some betrayal, okay? So some of you are like cutting your losses. Like during that time, you pull back. You're like, nope, I don't want this. Or some of you have been single for a long time. You've really been doing a lot of healing work around your old relationships, and you finally like determined that, all right, I'm ready to get back out there again. 30:33 on the clock. Yeah, you've done your healing work. You've integrated it. You're ready to start stepping into your future, and you're ready to like drop your defenses, get out there, get to meet people again. I feel like summer is just really a time that's going to be very happy for you. You're going to be feeling really carefree. You're going to be having fun. Maybe you're going to be going to some festivals, you know, checking out some live music. I think you're just really going to be sinking into the joy and pleasure of life again. Maybe it's going to kind of remind you of when you were a teenager. Maybe you're connecting with somebody that you knew when you were a teenager. You know, it's sort of like brings back a lot of nostalgia, sweet memories, but I feel like you're going to have a lot of fun this summer. It's a really good time. It's a really happy time for you. And there's definitely somebody you're aligning with, all right? With the 10 of Cups here coming in with the Sun, there's no doubt about it. You got love coming in. You got a new beginning with that Ace of Pentacles. This is the truth with the Ace of Swords. It has everything to do with cutting off like old toxic cycles, like, or that, you know, maybe you thought it was better the devil you know, but you're starting to realize like, no, I don't want to dance with the devil anymore. Like I'm ready for something more, and you're going for it. Look, boom, you got the Ace of Wands here. Again, fall season timing card. You got a lot of aces here. You got Ace of Pentacles, you got the Ace of Swords, you got the Ace of Wands. The only thing missing so far is the Ace of Cups, all right? And I see that once you really wrap this up and you extract the wisdom from this situation you dealt with where, you know, it brought some sense of grief, some sense of loss to a relationship. If for some of you, you tried to heal a connection after a betrayal and you just realized, I'm just never going to be able to trust this person again, you know? And you realize that it comes down to you really need to trust yourself, you know, and know how you are and how you feel in a situation, and to really acknowledge that that's valid. It's actually the most valid stance in the situation is how you're feeling about it and your ability to really heal that. You know, maybe you found that you kept dredging up the past and what happened in the past, and you just couldn't get on the same page, and you're finally accepting, well, this, you know, this is a loss, you know, and you've been grieving this. 3303. 33 is like a power number for you right now. So when you see 33, it's kind of like 3311. Oh my gosh, 3311. It's a sign that your person's coming in, like the answers are coming in for your love life. It's like your yes sign. So if you see that 33, you know it means you're coming into alignment with your path that really leads you to that love, you know, that real love you're wanting, where you're feeling a sense of loss and where you've been grieving. It's like Spirit wants to remind you there's a pearl of wisdom that's come out of this. There is a gift that comes out of this. And there is rebirth coming in your situation with that 2 of Cups, you know. You got somebody, a soulmate coming in that you're going to align with. Some of you with the rebirth energy there, it's, you know, healing a relationship. And this could be with somebody from your past, like way back, like you went to school with this person or you knew this person when you were a kid, you know. Real old love, maybe even first love energy. For some of you, this relationship that comes in, it makes you feel like a kid again. You know, it's like a second wind. You know, maybe you've really given up on love. Maybe you just felt like that's just it. I don't have nothing left to give. I mean, we see you've really been through it. You know, with that 9 of Wands, it came up twice for you. You know, that's a lot. You know. You've really experienced a lot of heartache, and you've also really felt a need to put up some defenses, because I feel like your trust was taken advantage of for 34:44 on the clock. But it's like Spirit's like, we saw that, all right? We saw that, and we got you. And where we're directing you now, it's a beautiful thing. So whether you're finding your way back around to an old love or somebody you've been in a challenging situation with, and y'all are realizing like we're really invested in each other, let's really, let's reconnect. Let's grow something new here together. I feel like you're in a process of closing up the past, And those of you who've been single for a long time, you've been doing this healing integration work. It's sort of like you got spirit saying, okay, it's good, it's good to hold space for your feelings. It's good to think back on these things, to reflect on these things, and to allow yourself to process them. Maybe you've been in a real deep process with a support group or therapy, just working through these issues. I feel especially if you dealt with a divorce or something along these lines, maybe even it was court ordered in some cases, okay? But I feel like now you're at a place where spirit's like, okay, it's enough of this, because there's something really wanting to come in for you, but you haven't been able to see it because you've been so focused on your grieving process. But now it's time for the light to really build in your life. So take that gift that came in that box of darkness, because there is a gift there. And you can move forward knowing that whatever was spilled here, this isn't where your true celebration is. 36:33 on the clock. This cycle is meant to come to an end. There's a certain spiritual wisdom that comes forward out of whatever your love story from the past is. Whatever your love story from the past is, it's now moving out of influence, okay? You're about to head into a new cycle. It's the building block of your future. And there's somebody there that can meet you, okay? You've both been in a healing process. That's what I feel. And you're coming into alignment with somebody who's like, they're your other half. They're meant to go on this next leg of the journey with you. This is a soulmate coming in, right? There's some rebirth energy happening here, but it comes in once you release. Do you see? It comes in once you release with the Six of Swords. And I love this Six of Swords in this Paulina Tarot, because in this Six of Swords, the swords are not coming forward on this trip. These pains, this strife, this wounding that's been held onto for so long. Look at her. She's like, she's casting it off. She's like, no, none of this comes forward with me. I'm moving forward free and clear. I'm moving out of these troubled waters, and it's smooth sailing up ahead. This is real freedom. Look at the dove rising there. Dove, again, messages of love. And I love this because it opened up with this, the message coming in, a message being received. And what is there? We got the King of Pentacles. All right. This is the partner. Like, this is the person who will really invest. If you're masculine, you may be getting ready to educate somebody about your commitment to them, that you really want to grow something with this person. You're about to take this step. And for some of you, it could be somebody that you were involved with before, or you share a child with them. You might, take some strength, to really overcome the challenges in this situation, because there's a lot of deep-seated issues in your past together. But I feel like you're overcoming it. You could be dealing with an Empress. You could be dealing with a Taurus. You could be dealing with a Libra. Also Virgo, Capricorn energy here. Okay, Leo very strongly as well. All right. So I feel like something is being transformed in this situation. Something is being healed in this situation, not through aggression, not through any more fighting. Something is being understood here. In fact, if you were dealing with a fire sign, if you were dealing with a Leo or somebody from your past that you've been trying to work things out with, when these blocks come down, you're going to find that the time apart has been a good thing. This person's been able to just get a different perspective, all right? They understand now that maybe they came off too strong, maybe they came off too controlling, maybe they were too angry all the time. They didn't understand the way this was really activating for you, activating for your own trauma, okay? Maybe you've been used to having really aggressive partners, or you've been dealing with kind of trauma bonding cycles in relationship. There's gentleness here. There's compassion here. There is balance to be found with that infinity symbol here. This is something that's manifesting. You're really overcoming the lessons of your relationships past, the love story of your past, and you're really tying up the old story so you can open up a brand new chapter. It's beautiful, okay? This is bringing the true partner in. Whatever you're healing, whether you're healing it with a past love or whether you're just ending that cycle for yourself through your own healing process, there's advancement here. And we know there's progression, because whatever this message is that comes in, where it sets off a chain reaction, and I feel it comes in from somebody that has both fire and earth strongly aspected in their chart. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Whatever comes in through this message, it's like a domino effect, okay? It's a chain reaction. There's movement that happens here. There's moving away from the past. There's moving away from past troubles. Some of you, it's moving out of one relationship to head toward another. For some of you, it's moving out of a time of being single and moving into, you know, the total opposite of that experience. You know, I think things will start light and fun in that case. And then they'll develop, they'll progress. There will be a maturation of the energy pretty rapidly. We see this. What comes in through the message, that Page of Pentacles, it grows to the King of Pentacles. And so I feel that really comes in the spring. You're going to have a big, bold new beginning in love. And it has something to do with really putting down roots. And I pick up the nesting energy very strongly. So this could come through a love child, okay? This could come through moving in together. This could come in through, I really want to like commit to this. I'm going to put a ring on it, you know, or making some other commitment where it's just like you're really merging your lives together. You're going to grow together. You're going to build together. This thing gets legs, all right? This is the Judgment. It's a blessing. A lot of beauty is going to grow from this. And in the meantime, though, there's some balancing that needs to happen here. Because I do feel like in the past, you've dealt with situations where there was juggling. You know, there's other parties involved. And this is what was the issue. This is what caused problems. You know, this is what caused heartache. Yeah, we see it very clearly. King of Hearts coming in with a Three of Swords, all right? So this is what caused heartache. And when we got Three of Swords, we could also be looking at a situation where there was a need for separation because this. And maybe you felt very emotionally manipulated. It's coming in around water sign energy, masculine, okay? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So this could really be speaking very strongly to you, okay? Because it is that Pisces energy in there, all right? I think you felt a lot of heartache in this situation. And you felt manipulated. Maybe you felt even played in this situation. But look, there's something here that's healing and transforming. This could have been with somebody from your past. You know, like I said, somebody you knew since childhood. Could be emotional manipulation, maybe where you felt like a child was being used as a pawn. This could be with, you know, a baby's mama, kind of like manipulating their ex, their baby daddy, you know, and this was causing problems in your relationship. This could also be, you know, just a soulmate connection, all right? But where things were out of balance before, there's a coming together. There's a give and take now, like you're getting on the same page. There's some kind of healing, and it all comes forward with this message. Things get moving. I feel like in about 8 weeks' time, and it was 44:11 when I brought that in, things get in alignment for you. It's like the angels are coming in to line everything up. This is about timing. This is a matter of synchronicity. Once this message comes in, it sparks a lot of movement. Things move forward very swiftly. And I feel like once they start moving, they don't stop. This is travel. This is the arrows of love. This is lots of communication back and forth. So possibly there could be some distance to cover, maybe 44 on the clock. I think that's a big message there for somebody. Okay, this might be somebody you're at a distance from, all right? Could also be somebody that you connect with on a trip, maybe even very unexpectedly, but I want you to see what's here on the other side, all right? Look what is here on the other side. It's beautiful. We got the Queen of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles. This is a true pair. This is a true partnership coming in here. This is commitment. This is commitment. And it's because both of you really value yourselves. And if you're single and you're coming into alignment with somebody like this, you both, you know, are coming into a relationship with each other where you're really going to value and appreciate each other. This is somebody that's very unlike anyone you've been with before. This person will represent you to the fullest. This is the person that's going to have no problem letting everybody know, no, they're with me, you know? And maybe you really wanted that. Maybe you wanted that recognition in your past love connections. You never really got that. Oh, you're going to get it. This person is totally invested in you. And I feel like you're totally invested in them. There's just a real rootedness to this relationship. And you can just like let go and trust with this Four of Swords, okay? These next 4 weeks are really about you just being at peace, letting go, trusting, releasing, understanding that whatever, you know, is going on in your love life where you've really felt like you've had to have a firm grip on it, or where you didn't understand why this thing was coming to an end and you felt like, you know, just having a hard time letting it go, turn it over, okay? Just rest, turn it over, rest, heal, integrate, you know, with what you decided to cut off. Okay, this was wise judgment. It brings you karmic balance with the justice. All right, justice in your favor. You'll like how this turns out. All right, cut of the deck energy here. Yeah, there's something you need to cut off. All right, because it's not the real deal. All right, and I think this needs to be communicated. So I feel like maybe this could work one of two ways, all right? This might be the person that you're lifting the blocks from. You know, maybe you took some space so you could feel out, you know, what was the right decision to make. Okay, this is interesting. This is around somebody who betrayed you, okay? You were trying to make a decision, you know, should I stay? Should I go? And for some of you, this is around a marriage, you know, serious, okay? And also possibly trying to work things out because there could be a child involved, or you found out there was a love child, you know, from a mistress, somebody on the side. This is a problem, you know? And so you took some space trying to figure things out. Can I move forward with this? You know, I think a lot of you are deciding, no, I don't want to go forward with this contract. I want to relinquish this soul contract. And I think at the same time, even though you know, and we have a confirmation of that, this connection is a no with the Hierophant in reverse. This is not the thing that is going to create stability for you. This person with the Seven of Swords in reverse, like this is just a repeat pattern with them. And they don't want accountability. And they're actually kind of malicious in the way that they sneak around and what they do. You know, I pick up really Seven of Swords in reverse is a really like, that's so manipulative. It's like an abusive kind of energy, you know, a lot of mind games. And I think it's because of these mind games and the way that you have felt disempowered in this love story, all right? Whatever this is for you. For some of you, it's just a soul contract. You weren't married to this person, but this has like been your love story. You've had this love story over and over again, so you've given up on it. Okay, it's playing out for each of you in different ways. I think it's been really hard for you to let go of it because you didn't have the confidence, all right? But I feel like as you let it go and you let this transform and you have the courage to step forward, this is absolutely the right choice for you. If you've been in doubt, if you've been trying to make up your mind and that's been your story, you've been dealing with somebody who's been like stepping out on you, cheating, mentally manipulating you, you know, affecting your self-confidence, and you've been like, trying to think, should I take that risk? Should I finally leave? This is your confirmation with the Hierophant in reverse that yes, you should, because there's something else waiting for you on the other side of this, that it's going to be such a different experience for you. I want to get one overarching theme card for you. Yeah, the lamp, remembrance, remembrance. As you talk to, I feel like you got somebody from the past you're closing something out with. It's important if you do decide to move forward and heal with this person, because there is that piece there. Some of you will be able to heal a relationship, but it's about really remembering the roots of this relationship, and that if you move forward, it can't be the same way as you had in the past, and there needs to be a lot put in place to support this process. I feel that really strongly. It's coming through. Those of you, though, I think there's a large majority of you that are leaving one situation 50-50 on the clock. Yeah, you've been trying to make up your mind between, this or that. Should I go with this person or that person? Do I want to be in a commitment, or do I want to be single? You're taking the leap. Okay, you're making the change, and everything you want on the other side of facing this fear. All right. Yeah. Look at this, apple in reverse, risk and reward. It's like you haven't been willing to take the risk up until this point, but the reward, getting the sweetness of that apple, it's on the other side of taking the risk. Some of you have been staying in too safe of a place. You haven't been wanting to open your heart. You haven't been wanting to follow your heart. You've just gotten so used to your situation that, you've sort of like resigned yourself to it. Maybe it felt safe for you, or it provides you some kind of security. Even if that's just the choice to stay alone, 51-51 on the clock, But I think that the time's up on that. You're ready to move forward from all of this. Yeah, trick or treat, mischief and play. All right. So I feel like you're kind of moving more into this cycle, and I love this for you. And this is such a good thing. Look what's on the other side of the deck. Werewolf, exploring wildness. So yeah, you know what I got for you? It's like, take a walk on the wild side. Look at this. You got spider here. All right. This is all about community and web weaving. So I feel like it's really time for you to get out there. I feel like your energy has been held back too long. It's time for you to get out there and play and form connections and talk to new people and experience, a little fun, have some mischief, go out and kick up your heels a bit, something really beautiful is coming in for you. 52 on the clock when I went into that 7-7. Okay. Look for 7-7 as well. So you got 33 and 77, is coming in as power numbers for you. They let you know when you're about to step into the new cycle. So when you come across those numbers, pay attention. They're giving you some guidance, but this is about you trusting your instincts. Okay. Maybe, you're too in your head about things. You need to listen more to what your gut's telling you, what just feels right. And yeah, maybe it does feel risky. But I don't think you understand that, when you do this, when you take this risk, it just brings so much joy and play and spiritedness in your life, all right? And maybe something really significant is going to go down at Halloween this year. Once you hit that point, you'll really see wow, I really took that rough hand I got dealt by fate back there, and I really made something out of it. I weaved it into my destiny. Beautiful alignment coming in for you. Trick or treat. It's up to you. Are you going to allow yourself to be tricked again? Or are you ready for the treat? You got to take a risk if you want the reward.